Hello there, Mohammed here, and today I've got some Call of Duty Ghost gameplay here, playing in the background while I talk about the topic for this video, which is about how to get your money's worth out of video games. And the reason I want to talk about this is because recently I've been working on a video where I'm playing basically all the games I have on my PS3 to use as the backdrop of the background of a video while I talk about my personal history with video games. And recently, I've just been surprised at how much fun I'm able to have with these games. Some of them a year or so old after their release, after first getting them, and it made me think about how easy it is to kind of spend £40 on a game, play it for a few weeks, and then just never touch it again, unless you have a genuine reason. Like me, if you make videos with gameplay and you feel like you need to revisit a certain game, you pick it up and play. Or if you go out or if you have friends come around, or you go around friends' houses, and there's a game that works sort of only well when you play with other friends, that's the game that you take out and you wipe the dust off. But sometimes there are games that really deserve the money that you put in, but they can quite easily get sort of foreshadowed by other games just because of their sort of infamy and popularity, and just the fact that they're just so well known. And there's two games in particular I think come to mind in my opinion from my own list. One of them is Crysis 3, which it got a lot of advertisement and sort of a lot of hype, and there were quite a few people going around saying, "Oh, is this game going to be the next? Is this game going to be the COD killer? The game that everyone will jump to escape the madness that is Black Ops 2? Well, was Black Ops 2 at the time, and it really underachieved, and it's a shame because it's pretty good. There's quite a bit of there's quite a lot of detail in that game and quite a lot of content. You got the single player campaign. Admittedly, I think it's a bit short. I don't think it's too short, but I think it's a bit short. And you got the multiplayer, which is pretty well fleshed out. And obviously the game's got its issues, but it's really good quality. Visually and and in all the other and a lot of other aspects, it's really. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, so I've got a bit of a blocked up nose, and my nose is running a bit. I think it deserved more attention. It deserved more people playing it than it did. But another game in particular I'm thinking about right now, and I've only thought about it because I played it for the video, was Far Cry 3, and when it first came out, it was so critically acclaimed, and it's so surprising that at this point it didn't really hold a lot of longevity in terms of a game that was popular amongst people. And because it was a great game, and you had a lot going for it. You had a massive open, well, it wasn't massive, it's not like GTA 5 massive, but a pretty extensive open world. You have a massive island with loads of different ways to travel around. You had a really fluid animations. You had in my opinion, a really good story, really good characters, really interesting characters. And alternative endings. You got two different ways for the game to end, so a reason to go through it again, or at least go through the last bit of the game and make a certain choice. You had loads of side activities, loads of collectibles. And that's just the single player. You had co-op, which was a very similar thing. So playing with other people and basically doing a very similar thing to the single player. You got collectibles and a relatively open world. And then you got the multiplayer, which is fully fleshed out with weapon customization, loadout customization. There's visual aspects of your character that you can customize. Like you can make your own arm, like your own tattoo, and you can have your own finishing moves at the at the end of a game. When you're the number one player, you can punish the number one player on the opposite team. They had a lot going for that game. But now when you ask, what about Far Cry 3? I don't think a lot of people would really be able to come up with a response. And I think it's just because games like, Call of Duty just have so much popularity that they overshadow games like Far Cry 3 now. And it's a shame. And in terms of trying to actually get your money out of the games that you buy, I think, buying games is an investment. And you really have to kind of be a bit, you have to be a bit critical when you're thinking about games that you're going to get. And, are you going to get, if you had the choice to either get GTA 5 or, let's think of a really bad game. Let's think of a really bad game. I want to say Call of Duty Ghosts. But, alright, let's just say. But, out of those two games, you know what you're going to get. You'd rather get a massive open world with a lot of content, or a pretty basic and shallow game with some new features. You're going to get the game that offers you more. So, in terms of making your actual money, you need to try and just make that choice to try and get as much as you can with the game. Which is why certain games like GTA 5 and Skyrim are so popular, because they have so much in it to do. And you know that the money that you put in, you're going to get. Every penny is going to be worth it. So that's just that commentary done. I just want to do it, wait for the other video to, be finished and finish editing that. Thanks so much for watching if you stayed all the way through. Really appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.